Hello friends, and welcome back to the Chillist series. Today we are back playing the first tree. So last episode, we were this fox, and basically the story's narrator is having a dream, and he's telling his, I assume, wife all about this dream he's had, where he was a fox, and the fox was going around, like, digging up and discovering like items from his past, and a lot of it seems to have to do with his father, and I assume, they haven't really said this, but I assume his father just recently passed away or something. So we're kind of discovering his past and learning about him and his father and his relationship with his father, in his hometown in Alaska. Kind of at the end of last week's episode, I kind of got stuck, which is surprising because I didn't think this was like a game you could get stuck. So I kind of did a little bit more exploring, and I ended up, I found like there were 3 lights. I went to all 3 lights, and I finally made it over here. It's kind of just a farther unexplored area of the map that I just hadn't been to yet, and I saw this, and so yeah, here we are exploring this. Looks like I don't know, some kind of house, like a wood cabin or something. I assume this is the way forward.
Old abandoned pieces of a shed and car long left unused. I used to ask him all the time who those people were that left all this junk, and I'm sure he got so tired of hearing it that he made up some elaborate stories how a brown bear ate them and haunted the woods afterwards. What's funny is I think it made those people seem more real. Growing up thinking they were still hanging out like they couldn't say goodbye. I used to tell my friends how I could swear I saw spirits move near the water, and that always freaked them out. I guess it didn't bother me, because the way I saw it, they were normal people with old cars and sheds, just trying to figure out how to survive and be happy in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool thought that they didn't want to leave, but you know, I was a weird kid.
Well, you had good company since those ghosts like living in a place where they were brutally devoured.
Okay, so I have to admit, I am recording this. Usually I like to record these, I like to record one a week and then put it up. But next weekend I'm going to be very busy, which is actually this weekend when this comes out. So I'm recording this immediately after the last episode. And I'm also kind of doing that because when I was getting ready to end the last, or I guess after I ended the last episode, I was getting ready to exit the game, and it said, you know, this game only saves at the beginning of each level. And I felt like I was pretty close to the end of this level, because I assume, like, when it fades to black and then goes to like a different season, I assume that's the you know, end and beginning of the next level. So so I didn't want to lose my progress and have to do a lot of this over again. Okay, is this the camouflage tent he was talking about? The big old sleeping bag? I guess a normal size sleeping bag for just a fox, and foxes are fairly small. Okay, looks like there's a light up there I haven't been to yet, possibly. So yeah, this weekend, which is what I mean is this weekend that this episode is coming out, which is, you know, currently next weekend for me. I've just got, I have plans to, well, I should say Friday, which I normally do not work. I have training for work on Friday, so I won't be able to record then. And then Saturday, Fletcher and I, we're gonna do our best. We're probably gonna finish Final Fantasy VII. We've been playing through Final Fantasy VII, the original one, sort of in anticipation of the remake, but also we have talked about that recording that game for a long time, and we did a series on it, and we had to stop doing it for a while, and it's a long story, but this is a game that we have been talking about doing for so long, and we are finally reaching the end of it, and it's just kind of working out that it's the remake, Final Fantasy VII remake, is coming out next month, so it's all just kind of coming together. It's funny how things just kind of work out sometimes like that. Because the first time we recorded it was back in 2015, and those episodes, we had a ton of technical difficulties, and we basically just didn't have the equipment to do it properly. So those episodes never even saw the light of day. It might have even been like 2014, late 2014, when our first attempt, and then we did another attempt, which came out better, but it still just wasn't what we wanted. And those are out there on the internet somewhere. If you really look hard enough for them, you can find them. But oh, I see. Okay, so I think when we hit all three of these, that opened this up. Okay, I gotcha. Interesting. I bet when we jumped on this rock and got it, it probably showed these limbs retracting, and I just missed it. There were probably 3 stages of these limbs retracting, so we could actually get on them. Can we get up there? There we go. Alright. Oh, is that like a wolf, it looks like?
The perpetrator stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead.
Oh, no.
And he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry for everything.
So is this wolf supposed to represent his dad then? I was afraid it was going to attack us. It almost, because when we got close to it, growled. It seemed like it was going to attack us. Oh man, are we going to be sliding down here? Oh no, it's more controlled than I thought. Oh, just trying to jump in. Okay, I'm not, like I said, I'm not super worried about 100% in this. There we go, we got it. Did he just flip upside down? Our wolf? Or our fox? Oh yeah, you flip him upside down. I think we missed it. That's okay. This kind of makes me think of The Lion King. You know, the part when, the area where the wildebeests stampede through. Doesn't it remind you of that a little bit? the part where, spoiler alert, Mufasa comes and saves Simba, and Scar tosses him back into the wildebeest stampede and he dies. Which, I wonder if they're actually trying to invoke those feelings from that part of the movie, because again, this game kind of seems to be about his dad dying, so I almost feel like that's on purpose, that this looks like that part of the game, or that part of the movie, that this part of the game looks like that part of the movie. Still gets me every time Simba's like, somebody, anybody, just tugs at my heartstrings. It's definitely different than the game so far, because so far it's been kind of these small but open maps to where you can kind of go where you want and explore, but this is definitely like leading me on a path. It's more linear, more straightforward. What are we gonna find here?
I need to go to bed. I just can't talk about this anymore. Good night.
What are those? I assume letters from his father, or I see Alaska on the. I wish I could zoom in more, because like you can zoom a little bit with the mouse wheel, but like this is, I'm trying to, yeah, this is as far as you can zoom in. I'm like trying to get a good angle on it, but I don't think I can really see. No, I can't see, but it's, yeah, some kind of letter. I wonder if it's like his dad's death certificate or something. Or maybe it's his dad's old letters, like his draft letter, maybe. I don't know. He hasn't said much about his mom. I wonder if it's letters from his mom to his dad. Okay, yeah, I think we're moving on to the next level here. Oh, this is different.
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost. Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like?
So I get the idea of like not going to bed angry. That's something I feel like a lot of couples say. Never go to bed angry. But like in cases like this, don't go to bed sad. But at the same time, you just lost your father. And you're gonna have some nights where you just have to go to bed sad. Sometimes those feelings and those emotions that you have to process they take more than a
You
night.
know what it's like not to have a mom at home. And you know how hard that made my childhood. What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself.
Sounds like her mother is like the mother in Life is Strange 2. Kind of a free spirit, if you will. Are we just supposed to... Oh, do we need to go back? Yeah, I think we need to go back. Let's go back. Is that... Yeah, it looks like the deer. Which makes me think of Harry Potter's Patronus. Is this the same island we were just at? Just... Sorry, dear.
I think we both have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared?
Sounds like they both have... I mean, everybody's got complex relationship with their parents, but these two sound like theirs was a bit rough.
Opposite of your dad in almost every way, except he was in the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you. Life got worse and worse. And at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words.
Was it that painting on the door she was talking about? I think that's part of what she was talking about. Something beautiful in the wreckage, you know, a diamond in the rough, if you will.
I summoned courage I didn't
Or a
know
bike.
I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike. I'll never forget that feeling. The wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you.
true what they say. Misery loves company.
You have strength, Joseph, and you're not as alone as you think.
It's all just so pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of my reach. The thought of being a parent myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son? I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into years. We'll wonder which roads passed us by.
Then we'll forge a new road together. Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns and mist, but it always leads to the same thing.
And what's that?
Family.
I'm so glad that you're part of my family, Rachel.
And I'm glad you're part of mine.
You know, I think probably the most common fear is fear of the unknown. It stops a lot of people from doing a lot of things. Oh, family. Can a deer be friends with a fox? I think so. Given the right circumstances, of course. But what's interesting is the only way to figure out the unknown is by trying. And then it's no longer unknown. Okay, I think we just need to keep exploring, see what we can see. There we go. Just keep looking for the light. As I'm saying it, I realize it's a metaphor in and of itself. Keep searching for the light. Keep looking for the positive. Keep looking for that next step. No matter what you do, keep looking forward. Learn from the past, but keep looking forward. Just get one more look before we go forward. Learn from the past, but always be looking forward. I'm getting very philosophical here, if you hadn't noticed. I feel like Socrates could learn a thing or two from me. Now I'm thinking how the sun is also a metaphor because it's the biggest light, you know. Have small goals in mind while going for the big goals. I don't know. I'm just talking here. I'm just talking. And don't let jumping puzzles get in your way. Oh no, I hate jumping puzzles. Right. So close. Alright, got it. That just makes me think of Batman when he, is like in that prison and he has to climb out. I feel like the music should have faded out there a little bit better instead of just stopping. It's just my humble opinion. I feel like this is about to get...
Fox knew her last cub would be waiting for her at the first tree. She was almost there. The rain cascaded onto the Jade Valley where the entrance to the tree was. Life was protected there, because that's where life began. It was now only a mother and a daughter left. Items from my life still dotted the ground as she moved closer to her destination and destiny.
And now I'm starting to think with like, since she's like looking for her babies, but the two she's found have passed away. I'm wondering if this whole thing is about, and he's talked about starting a family. I wonder if they are starting a family and like if they've had 2 miscarriages already. Just doing a little exploring here. And maybe his dad didn't recently die, but with them losing babies, that is maybe bringing up some old thoughts and memories and feelings of his father. Can we? Oh, just barely. Got it. Oh, that looks like a house up above our head. Let's see if we can get up here.
At the end of high school, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Drive. I looked into the best architecture schools on the West Coast, then got a dose of reality when looking at other students' portfolios and the high cost of tuition. I still wanted to be something, to be the next Alvaro Siza, and to make those thousands of sketches worth something in my grand history. But now even an internship sounds impossible. Siza helped me understand how essential emotion is in architecture. And he also said light is the real composer of space. I like to think these glints of light, like not finding a job or even a strange dream about a fox, are something I should be thankful for, even if the illuminated space is something I'm less than comfortable with.
I like that. I forget exactly what he said. What did he say? Like, light is the composer of architecture. I forget exactly what he said, even though he just said it. But that was a cool quote. I'll have to play it back and listen to it again. Light is the composer of space. Is that what he said? I'm not sure. It's weird seeing like a house in this game, because so far it's been very, nature driven, and anything that has been man-made has been like, buried or broken. I want to go that way. I see some light over there. No, we'll check this out first. If we need to go over there later, we will. There you go. There are the logs. He's talking about his father being a lumberjack and bringing home the wood to make his toys. Are we going to be able to get up there? I bet we can. I'll take you. Okay, it looks like it was maybe possible from this way. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. Might have to kind of Skyrim our way up this mountain, but I think we can get there. Yeah, we're getting there. Hopefully we're not hitting an invisible wall here, because it seems very possible, very doable. Come on. Come on, little fox. Come on. Oh no, are we not supposed to be able to get up here? Maybe not. Yeah, I think we're running into an invisible wall here. Okay. But, yeah, there's like a lumber mill here. Seems weird that they would even make it, because it wasn't that hard to get up here. Okay, oh, there's a house down there too. I think that's, oh yeah, you can kind of see it's kind of not completely built back there. Okay. I think this, but yeah, I think this house was like the first one we saw when we were coming up the hill. Let's check it out. So this looks more homey. I'm guessing this is like the house he grew up in, maybe? Yeah, and you see it's starting to fall apart as well. It's like sunken into the ground. The fleur-de-lis there. Ooh. I feel like there's got to be something else here. No, it just seems strange that they've got this big house here. There's just nothing really to do here. I mean, we got a couple of lights, but yeah, house just kind of looks empty. Alright, then we shall keep exploring then. So normally I have a week's worth of stuff to talk about, but I kind of, recording these back to back, I kind of talked about everything I wanted to talk about in the last episode. So I'm kind of just out of stuff to talk about. Trying to think of, I've been watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They just put, which I recently talked about, the season 13 finale. Oh my god, how good it was. But they just put the 14th season up on Hulu, so I've been making my way through it. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is out, the new season of that, so I've been watching that as well. say mostly I just watch YouTube stuff. Some of my favorite YouTubers. Did I? Oh yeah, I guess I just missed this when I was coming by through the first time. I like watching the Yogscast. I watch a lot of Yogscast, and specifically Yogscast Tom. I watched a lot of his stuff, and he was part of the inspiration for this series, my Chillist series. He's got a series called Super Chill, which is similar but different.
My dad was super supportive with my college plans. To a point. Things were okay until this terrible accident happened. I guess a forklift flipped over due to a bad axle, and it crushed one of the workers there. My dad didn't eat for days, even though he wasn't directly involved. It devastated him. Not only did it hurt the business, but it just freaked him out. He would talk in his sleep, muttering things about firing people and saying sorry. One fateful day he approached me, said that since my school search wasn't going well, I should finally be a man and take over the family business. He said one day he was going to die, and that all of his work, sacrifice, and even that man's life would be wasted in vain. I just lost it. Teenage me just exploded at the thought. I screwed up. I said things I shouldn't have. He was having a crisis, and I pretty much spit in his face.
Yeah, that's a very tough thing to have to deal with. And especially like as a teenager, you don't know how to react to that. You don't know how to deal with your parents going through a crisis like that. And who knows, I mean, when he was that young, I don't know if he would understand that his dad lashing out wasn't, directly at him. It kind of sounded like he did. I mean, I don't want to, bash on teenagers or anything. That's, it's not like, honestly, it's not like I would know how to handle that now. If that, something happened that really upset my parents. And my dad owns a business. If someone that worked for him died, on his watch, on his clock, and I'm sure that would affect him. And I don't know how he would handle it. And I just hope that, obviously, biggest thing, I hope that never happens. But if something like that did happen, I hope I would be, understanding. And I hope if he did lash out at me, I would understand where it was coming from and be able to recognize that and, understand that he's not really mad at me. And, hopefully be able to diffuse the situation and help him or find out how to help him, if that makes sense. Find out a way to help him deal with his pain and just help him deal with it. I don't know. Again, hopefully that's a situation I never have to deal with, though. Wasn't there just a thing here? Oh, here it is.
Was that the last time you talked to him?
No, I called on holidays, and he would call on my birthday. I guess we acted like nothing ever happened, which was stupid. He didn't want to ask about his lumberyard, and I'm sure he didn't want to ask about my job search. I never went back and visited. I think the last conversation we had was about what movies we had seen and what exactly a best boy is in the credits. I thought he would be here so much longer.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, we're all just a car ride away from losing the ones we love. Gotta take those moments when you can get them. Gotta appreciate them when you have them. Because you never know when they could just disappear and never come back.
In the distance, the first tree illuminated the wasteland. She couldn't go home anymore. She did the only thing she was capable of. Moving forward. My dad died alone in the middle of the wilderness. I should have been talking to him more. I should have done a lot of things differently.
If the first tree on Earth brought life with it, if it taught the birds to sing and fly and showed saplings how to grow, what could it do for us?
It's very sad. This is rough. I guess such is life. These are just things in life we all have to deal with. Sadness and loss and you know, hopefully moving forward.
There was a letter I received yesterday from a name I didn't recognize, with a quote I can't stop thinking about. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. More and more, I'm realizing one important truth. Each of us have our own journey to the first tree. But sometimes I'm not sure I'm ready to take that first step.
You already have my love.
So the first tree is just like a metaphor for the circle of life, I guess. It's something we're all going towards from the moment we're born. And we are also born from it. The first tree awakens and gently asks if there is one last message the fox wants to tell her children. She replies back and says, "Oh, I get to write something." Keep moving forward. Oh, so how many lights you get is how many characters you get. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it at that. Keep moving forward.
I guess her journey was over. But I have no idea. It was only a dream. A distraction from tomorrow.
I don't think dreams normally bring back to memory so many important feelings. Maybe it was just a dream, but it was also a gift.
Yeah, I suppose. But tomorrow we're getting on a plane to the last place on Earth I want to be. The only person that would have made the trip worth it is gone.
You're going to see him and be with him one last time before you say goodbye. I have one last quote for you by Emerson, sealed in an imaginary letter from me to you. It is the secret of the world that all things subsist and do not die, but only retire a little from sight and afterward return again. Go to sleep, my love. We have a big day tomorrow, but I'll be there with you every step of the way.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Good night, Rachel.
Good night, Joseph.
Well, there you have it. The first tree. That was a good game. I enjoyed that. I really thoroughly did. I enjoyed that. Again, thank you, Human Ramen, aka M. Thank you so much for suggesting this game. Oh, there's more. Are we awake? Hello, Rachel. Oh, she's moving. Some books. Is that the Book of Mormon? Interesting. I don't know. I can't tell what those other books are. Yeah, that's a lot of trash. Outdoor junk. So are they moving? Are we a vampire? We have no reflection. And really the reflection doesn't seem to match the room. I don't know. Anyways, I feel like I'm focusing on the wrong thing here. Oh, is that supposed to be his parents? Maybe? I'm kind of thinking with just kind of the state of the room that this is his dad's place. And if you look outside, I mean, that looks very Alaska-esque. So I wonder if we've been at his dad's place for 6 months. Because this is definitely not our house. We've got suitcases here. And there's like a moving truck. Bedroom. Oh, there's his knife in his boat. Okay. Memories. I bet if we can probably find like all the items that we dug up as the fox. Oh, this is a baby's room? Nursery? Okay. It looks like a fishing trip. I didn't know you talked about going camping. Oh, I like the ceiling. And that kind of looks like the starry sky in like when we were walking on the lake. It's just storage room. Laundry room in the kitchen. I think. I like it. Puffies, bricks. A heart-shaped pan. That's interesting. I like that. You can make like heart-shaped pancakes in that. Some more boxes. So I'm sure they're just like packing up his father's stuff, you know. This kind of seems to be the main living room area. Looks like they had a fire going. Deer. Can we open up the window? No. Okay, I guess we'll try heading outside. Ah, there's the fleur-de-lis, so that was the front door to the house. Yes, this is father's house. Truck. Mini truck. Got some stuff packed up already. Oh, I see, that was also a back door. Okay. Oh man. And that's why I would want to visit Alaska. Just for those sites. Seems very similar to New Zealand. When I went to New Zealand, New Zealand is the most gorgeous place I've ever been to. It is absolutely breathtaking. And it's the whole country as well. Like, as long as you're not in the middle of Auckland, that is just the most gorgeous country. I mean, granted, I haven't traveled a ton, but still, I absolutely loved New Zealand. Yeah, okay, we can run a little bit. Not sure where we're going. Looks like a campsite out here. The tent. Oh, got a lighter. Can you pick up the lighter? Start the fire? No. Here we go. Here's the camouflage tent he was talking about. Can we crouch and get in there? No. No, here we go. MRE.
What the hell?
That's a fox? Yeah, that's a fox. Come back, fox. I think a fox is his Patronus. Sun's just coming up. You gonna take us down to the lake down here? Or she? He did say it was a she. What do you think's gonna be down there? Think it maybe a letter from his father or something? You see the house from here? No. Where are we going? These the obsidian rocks he was talking about. I think there's 3 of them here. Yeah. The butterflies. I don't know who this is, who this song is by. Kind of sounds like Bon Iver, but I don't think it is. Where are we going? Did not expect to be running this far. Oh, a tree.
What is this?
I mean, this is an old tree. I'm surprised he didn't know this was here. Or maybe it's not really here. Stay strong. So it's more than just a note. It was the note carved into a tree. David Welly. Well done, David. He also did the voice. And his wife, I assume Elise, his wife, yeah. Music by Josh Kramer. Stock media provided by Pond 5. Well, there you go. Here's the actual end, I think, of the game. I don't know how long. This seems like a very small team who probably worked on this game, so but I always like to let the credits play out, even though they might already be done. But thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you watching through this series with me. Say I have a whole series of ASMR-ish soft-spoken stuff called the Chillist, Chillist. Would you like to anonymously submit your statement to the first tree to an online moderated database? It may appear randomly to other players. I wonder if... So that message might have been written by another player. Huh, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'll submit mine. Sure, why not? Cool. Alright, there you have it. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll be playing something else next week. I'm considering starting Undertale next week. I haven't played that before, so I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've also been wanting to get back into The Witness, but yeah, probably Undertale next week. So look forward to that. Alright, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next week. Bye.